Three teens were rushed to the hospital Sunday evening after this car flew off Mountain View Road in Crest.
Hey, what's going on guys? StreamerKing here. Welcome back to a new video. For today's video, we're doing streamers slash YouTubers who almost lost their lives. So coming up at number 1, we have Tyler Blevins, aka Ninja. Way back in the day, back in his Halo days, he actually had a very bad eye problem to where every time that he would look around, he'd get like a massive headache. His eye turned red and started getting bloodshot, and to the point where he had to get surgery on it, and they thought that he would have to lose an eye or maybe couldn't even see out of the eye for the rest of his life. Obviously everything worked out for the best, and now Ninja's who he is today because nothing happened to his eye.
I was just kind of getting headaches, around my eye, and I've had headaches behind eyes before, and eye headaches are the worst because it's so painful. One day it was just like I couldn't.
Tyler was complaining about headaches. I mean, it kept happening, and Tyler's like, my eyes are sore, I've got these headaches. I said, well, just go in.
We go through all of the procedures, and I could not read anything, not a single line, not a single number, and I was just like, oh yeah, I guess I need glasses. Like, no. And then immediately they're just like, yeah, we need to see a specialist.
Like, he could only look down. We thought he might lose the eye. We thought Tyler could have gone blind. Like, we had no idea what was happening.
But first we were kind of like, hopefully he's okay. And then after we found out how serious it was and that he needed surgery, we started praying for him and hoping that he was going to be okay and that he'd be able to do what he loves doing.
So coming up at number 2, we have Timthetatman talking about his truck story. So basically he was just walking on the street one day and an F-150, a huge truck, comes and hits him. He falls over and doesn't blink an eye and just keeps walking like nothing. Now to be fair, he is a burly gentleman, or what the youngins call him nowadays, a thick person. So obviously he could take the impact of that. They probably weren't even coming in fast, but they were running a stop sign nonetheless, and ends up hitting him, and nothing really happens to him.
I mean, chat, if you really think about this, a Ford F-150 hit me physically, like my person, because it blew a stop sign and it hit me, and I was able to stand up and go home from it, like walk back home. You know what I'm saying? So like, I have a lot of girth to me. So if you're gonna hit me, like, just make sure you knock me out, and if you can, because I'm so thick. It's like like I said, the freaking truck wrecked me, and I just like hit it, and I just stood up, and I went back home. I was definitely dazed and confused, but I did walk back home. What happened?
So coming up next, we have Faze Tfue, or Tfue. Obviously he's not in Faze anymore, but Tfue was at the Faze clan house way back in the day when he was in Faze, and he was riding down the street on a skateboard, and to the point where he actually fell off his skateboard and started sliding down like really fast, and a car came and stopped suddenly. Obviously if the car didn't stop suddenly, he actually could have died right there or got ran over, and something really bad could have happened. He could have broken a lot of bones, but luckily enough that a driver had some good reaction time and stopped right on time, to where the point where Tfue didn't get injured and everything was okay.
Clip, man, this was insane.
Oh, yo, it's good. Yo, you okay? Yo, your car's fine. Yo, your car is fine, by the way. It's completely safe. Bro, I'm so happy it was you and not some random short kid go under the car, bro. I didn't even know it was you.
Yeah. Imagine if I took out Tfue, or I took out one of his arms or something, like I somehow stopped him from playing Fortnite, bro. I would feel so bad. I wouldn't even know what to do. You guys would probably hate me.
So coming up at number 4, we have a YouTuber on the list. His name is Mr. Ben Brown. Now he was just driving one day and he had a GoPro in his car, and what happens is a driver didn't see him or something like that happens, and basically sidelines him and hits him really hard to the point where the airbags came out, and it basically saved their lives from getting really injured and possibly could have ended their lives. But honestly, this is kind of crazy, especially see the inside view of like a car accident happening live, and I think they were very lucky to get out of this one without even a scratch on them.
Look at that hog. Yo, that's a yog, isn't it? I think. Whoa, bro. Oh my god. I can't believe it. Are you guys alright? Is everyone okay? Whoa, bro. Oh my god. I think. Whoa, bro. Oh my god. I can't believe it.
So coming up at number 5, we have Faze Temper, aka the owner of Faze. He almost lost his life a couple of years ago. He was at the shooting range with a friend of his, and they were recording a YouTube video together, and they were shooting some plywood or some wood, and basically one of the wooden pallets exploded, and a piece of plywood came inches away from hitting him in the head really fast, and they were like 300 yards away, so they were pretty far away, but it still flew that far and almost took off his head. And the guy recording the video was honestly so shook by the situation that he couldn't believe how close that piece of wood came, and Faze Temper didn't even actually notice until after the clip was released how close he was to almost losing his life.
He looked like he just saw someone almost die or something, and that's exactly what happened, but I had no idea. So he was looking at me and he's just like, good job, man. I'm gonna play the clip for you guys.
Woo, snap. Yo, I think we gotta move back a little bit further than that. Good job, man. Good job, man. I forgot to clap.
So coming up at number 6, we have an insane clip for you guys. This is from the YouTuber Tanner Fox, and a bunch of his friends were just joyriding at night and driving on the side of this mountain, which like it was a bunch of curvy roads. It's called Mountain View, and to the point where they were driving so fast they actually lost control of the car and slid off the mountain, and the car flipped multiple times and landed on side of a truck, and it was upside down. Everybody in the car actually only suffered a couple minor things. Tanner Fox broke his leg, which was the worst thing. A friend of his had to get stitches, and another friend also had to get stitches, but they could have actually lost their lives and been done for good. The whole group of friends in the car could have lost their lives by how bad the accident was. The car was flipped and totaled and basically flew like at least 100 feet down this mountain and crashed into another car, which obviously just could have ended super bad.
3 teens were rushed to the hospital Sunday evening after this car flew off Mountain View Road in Crest, landing on its top.
Dark, we couldn't really see anything, but we could hear them screaming.
All of those who don't know what happened, I was in a car accident with 2 of my friends last Sunday. It was a very bad crash. We drove off a 25-foot cliff, traveled 45 feet onto the bed of a truck upside down. The car landed upside down, and believe it or not, the worst thing to come out of it was a dislocated and broken leg, which was me. Maverick got a broken nose, a split eyebrow. My friend Danny got staples in his head, and then I split my chin open and broke my leg. So believe it or not, out of how bad that crash was, I got the worst of it, which was a broken leg, and I'm extremely thankful to be alive right now.
So coming up at number 8, we have Road to Shaw and his little brother and his dad playing the soccer game or football game basically in their front yard, and one person would sit on top of the roof and pass it to the other person to basically kick it into the goal and try to make a goal. Well, what do you know, Road to Shaw was eventually up to pass it from the roof, and eventually he tried to get the ball and actually slid down the whole roof and fell on top of a car. It could have ended really bad. Obviously he didn't land too bad, so he actually fixed his landing, which is pretty good. He only suffered a little scratch on his elbow, but obviously it must have hurt really bad sliding down the roof and landing on top of a car. But yet again, the same thing could have happened to his little brother, and it could have ended even worse for the little brother considering how young he is.
I'm so sorry. I am so sorry. Oh my days.
Peace. Before we get into the last clip, make sure you guys like and subscribe below if you guys never want to get hurt again. If you guys don't, maybe you guys might scratch your elbow or stub your toe within the next week. I know stubbing your toe actually hurts pretty bad actually. But yeah, coming at the last clip, we have a female streamer and she was just playing with her cat on stream one day. And actually that sounded really bad, but she was playing with her kitten on stream, and the cat actually ended up scratching her in the eye, and she ended up bleeding really bad from her eye to the point where something bad could have happened to her eye. Maybe she could have lost her eyesight, maybe she could have had an infection, something like that. But she was bleeding extremely bad to the point where she had to get stitches in her eye, and it just ended up really bad. Alright guys, that's all for you today. Hope you guys did enjoy the video. Make sure you guys like and subscribe and comment below if you guys did enjoy, and also make sure you guys like and subscribe if you guys never want to get hurt again. I know you guys don't. With that being said, make sure you guys check out my recent videos on the outro screen, but I'm out guys. Peace.